Well, we just had our very first technical difficulties. That was astounding. I'm looking to see if we're broadcasting live. It looks like we are. Woo! Y'all, thank you very much. Holy smokes. Sorry for the delay. My apologies. In the future, you can count on me to be more proficient at technology for sure. That's exactly what took place. You know, there's a little song that I play, and YouTube just said that somebody else owns it, but I paid for the rights for that song. So we'll have to sort that out. No worries. The delay notwithstanding, we have got the most amazing show today, and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for making the point of being here. There's so many other things you could be doing right now. You could be streaming Netflix. You could be watching, I love that. You could be watching Mickey Mouse Club with your younger sister, brother, cousin, nephew, uncle, or maybe that you wouldn't have you could have a younger uncle. It could happen. But you could be, there's a song on the Mickey Mouse Club. It goes, hot dog, hot diggity dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog, hot diggity dog, hot dog. I think every parent in the United States who has little kids knows that song. So today, I don't know if you remember last episode, we talked about writing a letter. And today we're gonna write a letter. Let's get this show on the road. We're gonna write a letter. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, here's the thing about letter writing, is that it is almost what people call a forgotten art. And that is because a lot of times these days, what we do is we email. And that's cool. Email is kind of like letter writing, except it's not. Cool. I don't know if you've ever got a letter before. I hope you have. Getting a letter in the mail is one of the most awesome things. In fact, you know what? I'm going to reach out to some of the teachers I work with in some of the schools, and I'm going to have them get involved with a letter writing campaign. I think that would be really terrific. All right? But we're going to start one right here. Now, before we do that, oh my goodness gracious, there's so many things. Oh, today's sponsor. Come on over here. Look at this. Grown-ups in the room. Hey students, I've given you permission to enroll grown-ups to buy me a cup of coffee because this whole show is coffee powered. When you get to be a grown-up, there is a good chance that you are going to drink coffee. It's an opportunity. We might have something better than coffee, but I love coffee, and coffee makes this show go. So enroll a grown-up and have them buy me a cup of coffee. Today's show is sponsored by coffee. Pow. You can go to MikeMongo.com, click the buy me a coffee button. Now, before we get into what we're going to be, this letter writing campaign stuff that we're going to be working on, we got a little bit of some craft business to take care of. Let me show you this. Baka. Hold on. How do we do this? Baka. Okay. See that desk I made while I'm waiting on my stuff to get here from Amazon? Yeah, I moved to Los Angeles to work on this television show, and everything is on pause right now because we're in pandemic. This is the coronavirus, and that's why this show exists, is because you are at home right now. And here, paka. Let me get this back. Paka. You're at home right now. Let's see. Yo. Weird when I point right. Oh yeah, here we go. You are at home right now. And that's why this show exists. Because there's a pandemic going on. And so this is like, as I've been mentioning in the previous episodes, quarantine is very much a analog astronaut mission training. It is our analog astronaut training mission that we call quarantine. This is going to be 2020 Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventure Space Mission. Analog astronaut mission training, codenamed Quarantine. And so during quarantine, we get to make the best use of our time. And the reason I flipped over here, paka. Come on, paka. What are you doing? Oh, since my Amazon stuff that I ordered hasn't arrived yet, I've been building my own desks. And this desk is a little, it's a little wobbly. So we're gonna craft some stuff right over here. We're gonna take care of that. We're gonna get this straightened out. And I'm going to show you how I do this. And if I do it, I'll show you that in a minute. I got something cool to show you. Listen, if I do this, This is all the stuff we're gonna be working with. If I do this, you can do this. These are my friends, Blue Heaven. They own a restaurant in Key West. This is my water bottle. I've had this for like 8 months, maybe 2 years even, a long time. No, probably a year. And I just recycle it. I just wash it and keep on using it for water. It's got a cool sticker on it. And so I like to use it. I got another one. Hold on. Let me get that one. I made this one myself. This is my Delta 4 rocket ship water bottle. I just took a regular water bottle and I recycle it. I just get water out of the tap. And because, tap water's fine. I grew up on it. There's my cool digital watch. Look at the time. 1111. Pow, pow, pow. So the Delta 4, we'll talk about the Delta 4 in a minute. That's one of the big rockets from United Launch Alliance. This is United Launch Alliance. They're awesome, more heavy. And this is a rocket. We're gonna use it for a few more years. We got a new one coming up called Vulcan, which is more reusable than the Delta 4 Heavy. So we send a lot of military stuff to space with the Delta 4. It's a one-shot deal, and I love this sticker. Look how cool that is. I got a bunch of them. Look. United Launch Alliance sent me all this cool stuff. This is the stuff that I give out to students. There's my ULA bag, and I think I've shown this before, but let's see what we got in here. This is cool. Here's the Vulcan Centaur. That's the one coming up. The Vulcan one's gonna be great. Oh yeah, I better make sure it's one of these things. Hold on, let me make an adjustment here, you guys. Wait a second, will you? All right, cool. You back? All right. Here, Vulcan Centaur, that's a cool one. I got a bunch of these stickers. If you email me, I'll send you. This one is my favorite, the Atlas Starliner. That's one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why, because that is the Atlas Starliner. Here, that's the space mission I had last year. This is one of my favorite patches. Boeing United Launch Alliance put up the Atlas Starliner, and it's one of the spaceships going to take human beings back to space, like SpaceX's Crew Dragon and Blue Origin spaceship. Also, the Orion, I think, is another one that's going up pretty soon. I told you I was going to figure out how big those spaceships are. I figured out that the Starliner and the Crew Dragon are about twice the size of the Apollo command module. I called it command capsule last time. And that's that blue tape on the ground right here. Remember I taped it off how big the Apollo command module was. So I still got that because I think it's very cool to have on the floor. So this spaceship, the Starliner, the Starliner and bear with me, pay attention, we're about to go into space. The Starliner and the Crew Dragon are about twice the size of the Apollo capsule. And the Apollo capsule held 3 people, and the Starliner and the Crew Dragon hold about 6 and 7. So they're about double the size, and they hold about double the people. But the interesting thing is these spacecraft don't have, particularly the Crew Dragon, they don't have all the stuff that was in there when we sent the Apollo up in the 1960s, which was a long time ago. Here, I can flip this. So they don't have all the stuff that had to fill up space because everything's computerized now. But back in the day, all the stuff was mechanical and really big, not microcircuitry. It was transistors and stuff like that. So now everything is solid state, which is a different kind of electronics, and it takes up a lot less space. So it leaves a lot less space for people like you when you go to space, which is what this whole thing is about. Now, so look, here's right here. Look, see that's my desk, and that's why I'm waiting for my other desk. And we're gonna do a little crafting right here. You're gonna get to do that with me. And the reason I'm doing it is, I got all this cool stuff. This goes on that desk. Here's the Astronaut instruction manual. This is super cool. You can get that on Amazon. And if you email me, I'll just send you the PDF. MikeMongo.com. Just press contact. So here, look. See these boxes? I get the stuff in the mail from Amazon all the time. All the different things. So pretty simple. Watch this. Here's my cool space tape. I hope you like it. I get this. My friend Sam Peterson is like a cardboard master. So he is he's a teacher and he got me involved with this. And so I'm gonna tape it shut. Cool, boom. So now I got space tape right there, that's cool. But that space tape is gonna go right here. Just like that. And that is gonna be a stabilizer for us. You know, we use this exact same kind of thing when we're stabilizing rocket ships on the platform. They have what we call feet. And so we're just doing that. I'm just doing it because I can, because you can, because like in space, when we're in space, we can't go to the store and buy stuff. I can't get a shipment from Amazon. You can't get a shipment from Amazon, not in space. So we get to be ingenuitive. We get to be creative. Hey, let's see if we can put some light on this matter right here. Watch this. I got all this lighting around here. I bought it especially for this occasion. Boom. Look at that. How's that? Boom, boom, boom. So look, finishing that. Look, make sure there's nothing else up here. So that's in place already. And then I'm gonna get this part. So I'm creating my own stabilizers for my desk. We are. You can do this kind of stuff too. Yeah, a lot of us are getting stuff from Amazon these days, or our neighbors have boxes. And you know, if you bring a box in from outside right now, it's sort of got to wash it down because of coronavirus. So I just use a little soap and water with a little bleach in it, which is a grown-up thing to play with because it's not a toy. Pow, pow, pow. But you can use a disinfectant wipe, that would work. And then, or I set them in the sun, and then I wash my hands for 20 seconds. That is another way that I collect cardboard boxes that are outside at my neighbor's house. Recycling, pow, pow, pow. These are stuff you gotta think about. This is exactly what it's like to be in space. We get to think about this stuff all the time, all the different things that are important. These are not like extra things to think about. This is coronavirus and quarantine is equal time because it's life or death. This is exactly like a space mission, a space training mission. So, one more piece of tape should do it. You know, people say you can kind of fix everything with duct tape, and here you go. Building a desk. And my buddy Seamus Blackley, he creates all kinds of stuff too. He's got his own laboratory, his own big creation lab. And he makes everything. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. And so he's a good person. You can find these people that build stuff. You can Google how to build anything and look at the video. So how to make stuff with cardboard. Cool stuff can be made with cardboard. Cardboard is completely underrated. Look, I'm building a desk. So same deal. Now look, I'm just gonna put this foot on the same side, other side, flip it. So counterbalance is the other one. Pretty cool, right? Good thinking. It takes a little while to figure this stuff out. Don't get upset if you don't understand everything right off the bat. It's not like I came this way. I got to learn from experience, just like you will. So now the trick here is the last one I got to, remember I flipped it, but I don't want to mess up the foot. So, and you can see how it's tilted a little bit. So we straighten it out, get the tape right. And you know, I definitely waited until you got here to do this because this is the kind of fun stuff we get to do during quarantine. If you are one of these people that is driving parents or guardians or grandparents or whoever crazy by saying the B word, bored, then you get to shift. And shift means to change. Change the way you look at things, change the way you look at the world, change the way you look at yourself, change the way you see yourself, change the way you see like right now, this is probably one of the funnest times I've ever had in my life. Quarantine, as long as I'm safe and I don't get sick. Man, I got some friends who got sick. And that's real. And but before coronavirus, I had friends that got sick. People get sick. This is one of those things about being a human being. It's a trade-off. Life is awesome, and there's stuff like getting sick that we got to pay attention to. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this. Check this out. Oh wow, hold on. Can you guys see this stuff? So this is pretty cool. We got these astronauts going up to the spaceship, right, to the International Space Station. And look at that. How about that, folks? Check it out. Check it out now. Look at that. And look, a lot more stable. A lot more stable. It's hard to push over now. So I'll firm it up after. I got that's the front. And I'll firm it up after the show. So look at this cool stuff I got. This is all the stuff that was on the desk. This is my Yuri's Night patch. I love that so much. Yuri Gagarin, first human being in space. Like, if you are a student, you should have a place where you keep all your cool stuff. I definitely have a place where I keep my cool stuff. And this is one of my favorite cool things. This is Yuri Gagarin. Yuri was Russian and is famous for being the first human being to go to space. 1961, way back. And then Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman to go to space. Valentina Tereshkova. And that's amazing. Right after that, second person to go to space. So that's cool. This is the coolest, my friends. Look how awesome that is. Whoa. Johnny Appleseed in space. This is a real mission patch. So I got that with this. This is my first mission patch for the Atlas Starliner. A real mission patch. And this is my space mission. Johnny Appleseed in space. Whoa, what happened? Come back to us. Come back to us, Gimbal. Thank you. This was my very first space mission. And you get a mission patch when you have a space mission. And so we're sending Appleseeds to space, and then they came back and we're propagating them now to be planted as Johnny Appleseed space apple trees. And these are going to be planted in schoolyards around the U.S. So if you're interested in that, feel free to email me and we can see you play. So we got John Chapman was Johnny Appleseed. He was the person that we know as Johnny Appleseed. His name was John Chapman. And this is Johnny Appleseed as an astronaut with an apple in space. There's the moon, and then there's Mars. So first we get the Appleseeds in space, then we get the Appleseeds to the moon, and then we get the Appleseeds to Mars. That's the mission plan here. So this was the first one. Sweet, right? My own mission, my own space mission. Thank you, United Launch. Thank you, United Launch Alliance. We love you. And then Delta 4. Look at all these cool space stickers my sister Caitlin got me. These are super great. How awesome is that? I got one with the astronaut dabbing. Oh, look, I think it's right. Oh, I got it somewhere. Dabbing astronaut is cool. This is a astronaut, obviously in quarantine, chilling. This is a astronaut pizza delivery. I can't eat it. I got my mask on. This cool NASA space sticker. I need space. That's funny. That's true though. And then what else we got here? Crazy cool. See, like that astronaut uniform is actually pretty cool because it's not like the older style. The older style are kind of bigger, and the new style are a lot skinnier, a lot better fitting. I mean, even if you're if I was fat, it would look better on me. If I was big. Space Ghost. Speaking of Space Ghost, pow. So yeah, we gotta make space gets to be for everybody. That's one of the cool things about space is it's not just for it's for people of one skin color. It's not just for people of one height. It's not just for people of one if they're rich or they're poor. Look how cool that is. Ooh, that is a great sticker. Ooh. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you. Wow. Oh yeah. You know what? All this stuff goes up on the desk. because we don't just leave stuff on the floor. Not in Spaceship Studio, not at home, not in our bedroom, not in the living room, not in the kitchen. That's not what we do. And we're about to get this party started. Build Starship, that's pretty sweet. I had those made a while ago. I think that's important. That's really the goal. Woo! On Friday, today's Wednesday, on Friday I'm gonna talk about interstellar space exploration. And that is cool. So check this out, this is my Space Explorer. Here, let's flip this around. Woo! Thank you, Gimbal. Thank you for all your help today, Gimbal. So check it out. I love this. This is my quarantine face shield. It has a space kind of quality to it. I was thinking about doing this right here. I think that's kind of funny to walk around in public with a build a starship. Kind of good message. So we all have that kind of stuff. All right, so check it out. Today, I'm still picking up some things. Woo! Look at this. Today, let's bring this up. Ponka ponka. We are going to talk about here's what we're going to do today. Remember I was talking about letter writing? So let's bring this light down a little bit. Just on the fly. How's that? A little better? Dig it. So what we're talking about is that letter writing. Letter writing is awesome. Letter writing is important. If you haven't written a letter to somebody, you're about to have a really amazing experience. It's an amazing experience because getting letters is the best. It is so great. Getting letters is fun. And here's what we're gonna do. We are going to, this is awesome, holy smoke, letter with dear so-and-so. We're gonna write a letter. Here we go. Dear, wait. You know how much I love writing letters. You all know that. Dear. Ready? Jim. Watch this, J. I love that, J. And then, of course, I's are fun. Jim, got that? Bridenstine. Holy smokes, do you know that name? You should. This is the administrator of NASA. Bridenstine. And he is actually a really cool guy. Is that, oh yeah, we got it. All right. Jim Bridenstine. Dear Jim Bridenstine. That's what we're gonna write. That's gonna be our letter today. Dear Jim Bridenstine, we're writing you a letter today. This is what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh. You guys, you should definitely, you should definitely write a letter to Jim Bridenstine, who is the administrator of NASA, the director of NASA. He's actually one of the best directors we've ever had. Jim Bridenstine is in charge of the next mission to the moon. We're gonna have people walk on the moon. The next person who walks on the moon is, that we're gonna send a couple people, but the very next person who walks on the moon is almost certainly a person who's a woman. That is amazing. And I might know her. There's a couple astronauts who are in the running and I know them. So exciting. So now it's not gonna be a kid who gets to go to the moon just yet. That's in the future. But we're gonna have kids in space, and that's why you're gonna write a letter to Jim Bridenstine, to let Jim Bridenstine, director of NASA, know that you wanna go to space. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. Did I tell you this is gonna be awesome or what? Holy wow. All right, we're gonna go back down to the floor, all right? All right, is that cool? I hope it's cool. Oh, wow, this is so fun. Okay, hold on. Paka. Let's get this down. Bring this down. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Gimbal. Hi, Gimbal. Thanks for playing. You're the best. Oh, you know what? I could probably do it like this. Look, there's my pants, and it's got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that worked out great. Let me get a pen. I keep them around. I'm a giant pen fan. I'm gonna use a big marker. because of the wonderful things he does. All right, so look, this is regular. Either one is great to write a letter on. If you write a letter on a pad, you can write it like this. Now remember, it's going to soak through to the other side, so keep that in mind. So I would write it like, you just write it like this. Here, let's do one of this. Oh boy. First of all, I like to date the letter. So today's date is the oh my gosh, this is a test question. Today's date is the 22nd. April 22nd. April 22nd. And that's a comma, 2020. It's 22-2020. That's pretty cool. So these are my commas. Don't get stressed out. That's what they look like. And then, again, this is a big letter. So like you can also do it. You can do it with a regular pen. I like this pen. Somebody gave it to me. It's just a random pen that I like. Because I keep stuff like this one. So let's get the pen. All right. So then you could write it just like this. You would go. Now, if you're in the military, you'd write it like this. 22 April 20. That's no drips, no errors. So I would write, again, 22 April 2020. And then I would write this. Well, I'll show you that here. Here it goes. You ready? Legendary letter right here. Dear I love writing. Jim Bridenstine. Now, you could also put Director Bridenstine. You have to look up the spelling. I happen to know. I get to email him. So I know how to spell his name. And there's my comma. Dear Jim Bridenstine. So you could also do it like this, like I said. So there's my first letter. You could also do it like this. Dear, this is super cool. Director. Because Jim Bridenstine has earned that title. That's their title. Like some people say Mr. or Ms. or Mrs. or Miss. Usually it's a Mr. or a Ms. M-S, M-R. And so you'd say dear, and you won't say DR because that would be Dr. Dear Dr. Bridenstine. It's Dear Director Bridenstine. Which is a pretty cool name. There's my comma. Just like that. Okay? So big letter. So here, look. You can say hello. I like to do this. This is a good trick. First of all, that one. First of all, let me say myself. Got it? So that's a great way to start a letter, really. I mean, that is a terrific way. You could also say, hello, allow me to introduce myself. I'd like to introduce myself. Dear Director Bridenstine, you are awesome. My name is, there's all these different things. So I'm going to go here. Like, this is really tricky. So like, there's a little bit of space right here. Look, I got it in there. My name is Mike Mongo. See my period? So that's a sentence. I am I would say, so like if I am a 10-year-old, I'm a 12-year-old, I'm a 14-year-old, I'm an 18-year-old, whatever, whichever. I am a, watch this. I am a 55-year old person, like you would say student, who gets to work with students. That's you. In the USA and around the world. Watch this. Period. Look at that. My job is to encourage students, that's you, to pursue. See, my arm is already getting sore because I'm really into it. So my hand is like, I should probably write with a lighter, but I'm like, I'm really into it. So pursue career space. And you know what? I'm going to put an exclamation point because I'm exclaiming that. My job is to encourage students to pursue careers in space. I would, now this is for you, because this is what I would like to be an astronaut. I'm going to, look, this I would like to be an astronaut, but I'm going to say astronaut teacher. Not just an astronaut teacher in space. I'm already an astronaut teacher. And then, this is important. Do you have any, and then, thank you. Very much. Now, you can write it better than that. That's a really simple example, and then you sign it. I use my cursive signature. Okay, there you go. So that's that there. Now, after writing that, we'd fold it up. Even folding a letter is fun. Watch this. So check it out. So you fold it halfway. See the halfway point? Like I'm in between the two halves. There's this half and that half. So I'm right at the halfway part. And I fold this, and then I fold this. That's a little big, probably. I probably have to get a little better. Maybe right there. I try not to have too many folds in the letter that I'm writing, but it's okay. And then there, and then this goes in an envelope. Okay, so we'll do this again, and I'll get an envelope and show you how to do that. But a grown-up is going to know how to address this, because you can Google how to mail a letter to NASA, and they'll send it to they'll get it to Director Bridenstine, and then he will write you a letter back. Come on, and that is how okay, baka baka. That's how you write a letter to the director and you can write a letter Oh my goodness. You can write a letter to anybody. You can write a letter to any astronaut. You can write a letter to any hey, let's get some light on the subject. You can write a letter to any astronaut. You can write a letter to a rock star. You can write a letter to an athlete. You can write a letter to whoever you want. Oh, you know what's cool? You could write a letter to a grandparent. Wow, we can't see our grandparents right now because it's quarantine unless they live with us, unless we live with them, unless you live with your grandparents. You may be that. You may do that. I mean, the reason I got involved to do this whole thing is so that you know that you can live, work, and play in space. So that you know, because I know that's what you want to do. And I know when I was you, because I was you once. I was a student once. I was a young student. I needed someone to give me permission to pursue that dream. And this is me, Mike Mongo, astronaut teacher, giving you permission to pursue your dream of living, working in space, and playing in space. You have permission to live, work, and play in space. It is official. You really want to make it official? Send me a letter. I'll send here. Look. Baka baka. Send me an email and I'll send you a permission slip. We did this last week. Remember the permission slip? I got it right there. With a signed seal, I'll sign it, your astronaut permission slip, so that you have permission. Know that as a student, when you grow up, you have permission to live, work, and play in space. Just like that. That's amazing. Okay? That's important. Holy smokes. Wow. So that's what I want you guys to, that's what your job, your homework. This most important thing is to write a letter to somebody that influences you, somebody who you want to know you. Write a letter to a YouTuber. They will, they'll say, they may even read your letter on the air. 9, believe it or not. Believe it or not. So I'm not good like you are. Chances are that you're probably a lot better at Minecraft than I am. Is my son Raphael watching this right now? He's always watching me. And his sister Iona. Oh, it's cute. It's Q&A time. Q&A time. Look, I figured out how to turn this off. Watch. Pook. How about that? This is the watch from Wonder Woman 1984. I have the exact same watch. I love it. Q&A time. Where is the thing? Here's the thing. Let's see what we got here. You know, Friday's going to be Fantastic Friday, and we're going to talk about one of the most amazing subjects. We are going to talk about interstellar space exploration. We're going to talk about another solar system. Let's come up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Mongo, pow, 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 pow. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody should have their own song, right? Do you have a song? You need to have a song. See, we got some questions going on here. Checking. Did anyone send a question? They were supposed to, but they didn't. I don't see a question. Okay. No questions. You know what? What is the deal with that? Let's get some questions going on. I'll tell you what. Here's what. So Friday is Fantastic Friday, and that Fantastic Friday, this Friday's show is going to be about the fantastic stuff. Fantastic Fridays, we're going to talk about the stuff that everybody loves to talk about. And this time we're going to talk about interstellar, not extraterrestrial, interstellar. And a lot of people talk about aliens all the time. And so, you know, to have aliens, you'd have to come from another solar system because we don't have any other human species, human people. Are aliens humans? That's a good question. If some people came from another planet, would they be human beings, even if they were rocks, but they were smart? Like, what if they were rocks that we could talk to? Anyway, we'll talk about that on Friday. In the meantime, you have questions, you send them to me. You have questions, you send them to me. Go to MikeMongo.com. There's a contact. Press the. I'm going to change it. It says contact. I'm going to change it to Ask Mike. Okay. And then hey, grown-ups, have you bought me a coffee yet? How do you think I feel this? Hey, grown-ups, you know what'd be really cool? If you bought me a coffee. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a shame if anything happened to this really nice show right here. Let me clear my throat. So So you can go to MikeMongo.com. You can go there to ask a question. You get Facebook. I just created a Facebook page, Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures. By the way, welcome to Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures, broadcasting live from beautiful downtown studios of Spaceship Studio in downtown Los Angeles. We're actually in West Hollywood. So we are going to this next adventure, this next time. We're going to go over some of the questions that you sent me. We're going to pack that letter into an envelope, so you know how to do that, because everybody should know how to send a letter, because letters are what drives this whole thing. When you send a letter to somebody like me, it opens up doors. Like all of a sudden I become your ally. So you want the director of NASA to become your ally? You know, the chief of staff of NASA is another friend of mine. Her name is I love her so much. She is, I keep on thinking Julia, and it's not. I can Google it. Watch this. And yeah, hey, real good friend, Mike. You can't remember her name live on camera. So NASA, almost got it. Oh boy. It starts with a K. Chief of Staff. And she is one of the smartest people. Janet Karika. Look. Oh, I forgot I can do stuff like this. Show you what's on camera. Ooh, can I show you something? Check this out. This is about, okay, baka baka. All right, baka baka. This is so cool. I've been talking about the Apollo spaceship. Okay, look at this. I don't know if you know what that is the Apollo spaceship. That's the first spaceship that went to the moon. Now, it was attached to a rocket. This is the part that came back to carry the human beings. Jim Bridenstine. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Mike Collins rode this spaceship back to Earth. That's the Apollo command capsule. And that is part of the whole spaceship. The Saturn V, watch this. Saturn V. That's a V. Saturn V. Saturn V is giant. Watch this. I'll type in Saturn V, big. Okay, cool. See what we got here. That's nice. I love Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. Thank you for being so cool. What do we got here? Another way of doing it. A cheat. Right click, open image. Should be right here. Kind of small. Okay, so there's a space shuttle right there. See it? This one right here? And that's the Saturn V. That's how much bigger. The space shuttle is big, but the Saturn V is ginormous. And the astronauts are right there at the top of it, at the very top. And that's the astronauts that rode to the moon in the Saturn V, and the spaceship looked just like this. That is what it looked like. Now, here's some cool stuff. Check this out. These are pictures behind the scenes. I dig this a lot. These are astronauts, what it looked like. What is this stuff? Cookies, advertisements, all this stuff. All right. How do we get out of here? Okay, so look. That's the astronaut in the Apollo capsule. Gene Cernan, great astronaut. Now, one of the things about all these astronauts, these are all men, they're all light-skinned. This is back in the day. We hadn't figured out that everybody gets to go to space yet. Look, this is an astronaut sleeping in space. Can you imagine sleeping in space? And we didn't really even have the Velcro then to keep people in place, so chances are they were floating around pretty good. Maybe belted in. Astronauts are pretty smart like that. Astronaut brushing their teeth. How cool is that? That's the spaceship. Astronaut shaving. I don't know why I have to shave in space, probably because they were going to be on camera. Gene Cernan. Looks like he's shaving. There's one of the mirrors. There's one of the windows. Like, this is the stuff that's out there. This is the cool stuff that is out there. But you can see how compact the spaceship was. Everything was really, that's kind of cool. Jim McDivitt. There's only 12 people that have ever walked on the moon. And we're about to, and that was like 50 years ago. This is my favorite astronaut of all time. That's Neil Armstrong. Slightly out of focus during Apollo 11th flight, July 1969. Ooh, boy. Isn't that funny? We went to the moon in 1969, and the first person went to space in 1961. That's pretty amazing, right? So this is the kind of stuff that you can look at and find out on the internet. And I just wanted you to see it because I wanted you to know about how, like, the new spaceship. Let me show you this. Crew Dragon. This is the one that's going to space coming up. NASA and SpaceX got this one going up in May. Oh yeah, this is great. Watch this. Okay, so Crew Dragon and look versus Apollo. And this gives you a good idea right here. The different sizes. Open image, a new tab. There it is right there. Look at that. Okay, so that's the Starliner CST-100. That's the Dragon, Crew Dragon. That's the Apollo. This is about double the size of this, believe it or not. This is the one that's going up next month, and this is the old Apollo capsule. This is the new Orion capsule. It's like the condo of them all. It's the biggest one. Plus, there's a Blue Origin spaceship. That's not listed on here yet, and but that's coming up too. Plus, there's Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic's got another thing, but it doesn't really go to the space. These can go to the International Space Station. This has been to the moon. This is planning to go to the moon. This is planning to go to the moon. That's planning to go to Mars. The Orion spacecraft's planning to go to Mars. So this is the stuff worth Googling and finding out about. Look how cool that is. This is going up in space with human beings next month. That's the SpaceX Crew Dragon. And it holds up to 7 people, I think. I believe, let's see. How many people does Crew Dragon hold? How many people? 7. 7 astronauts, just like I said. And it's about, oh yeah, look at this. Wait, I gotta show you this. This is like, we're wrapping it up. Today we're coming to a close, okay? How many people does Crew Dragon hold? But I wanna show you this. Crew Dragon interior. Look how cool it is inside the new spaceship. Look at that. That's the new spaceship costumes, uniforms rather. Oh, that's a great picture. Come on. That's the Crew Dragon. Those are the seats. Look pretty comfortable. Look how clean it is compared to the Apollo. Remember the Apollo one I showed you a minute ago? Like the, where is that one? Maybe it was right. Okay, well I can't find it, but there's the one I showed you a minute ago. Look at it. Look at the inside. Look how crowded it is in there. And in the new one, it's really like not a lot going on in there. You can just hang out. Imagine playing Minecraft on a tablet while you're going to the moon. I mean, that's pretty good, man. You know that somebody's playing space video games. Advertisement.